Good afternoon, everyone. So today, or good morning, either one. Today's lesson is going to be our annotations of the story Red Scarf Girl. So last video we had done all of our text mapping before we read the story, and then we read the story, and now we're going to be adding our notes on the side. So if we take a look at our text mapping scavenger hunt, which again is what we are going to be utilizing all year long, one of the skills that we're focusing on today would be right here, main idea. Questions that ask about the main idea of the selection as a whole or a certain paragraph. So a way that we're going to be doing is if we have a little peace sign, it's the who on one side and then what's happening on the other side. So who and what. Those are the two things you need for main idea. So if I go on to my page 22 or page 23 of Red Scarf Girl in my book, okay, this is what I need, and I'm also just going to use a green marker, green pen, so I know that this skill is main idea, just like, again, what I see right here, dark green. If I am on Google Slides, and if you were my student and you need this lesson as a little refresher, you would go to either slide 29 or slide 30, and then you just zoom in, and we're going to start right here, okay? So let me move myself over here. Okay, if I look at my very first paragraph, sit down, don't be afraid. Chairman Jin pointed to the empty chair. These comrades from your father's work unit are just here to have a study session with you. It's nothing to worry about. I sat down dumbly. I had thought about their coming to my home, but never imagined this. They were going to expose my family in front of my teachers and classmates. I would have no pride left. I would never be an educable child again. So to find the main idea of this section, not just one paragraph, but we can do even just like right here, right? Or let's just stick to one paragraph, just for this first example. Okay, the two things we need, who and what. Okay, and it is as simple as this, who. Who are they talking about, or who is talking in this paragraph? We see names automatically. Chairman Jin, and then comrades from the father's work unit. So we can put here who. Chairman Jin and comrades from the father's work unit. You can continue, but it's just straight into the point. Who and then what are they doing in this paragraph? Okay. Are just here to have a study session with you. It's nothing to worry about. So what they're doing is coming, or you can say are going to have a study session with Jamie. Okay. So if I take a look at here, Chairman Jin and comrades are what? Are going to have a study session with Ji. That is our main idea. Okay, who and what? Straight to the point. Now, I already know it's Ji because that is who my author is, and we had already discussed the genre. It is a memoir, a nonfiction memoir. So Ji is the person who's telling the story about a certain part of her life. That's why I can already say, okay, she is our main character. So pause the video if you ever need to. We're gonna keep going. Sorry, my tech is all over the place. Get it together. Okay, so it says, thin face sat opposite me with a woman I had never seen before. Teacher Zhang was there too, his eyes encouraging me. So before I go on, before I continue here, encouraging her, we know that Teacher Zhang is somebody that she can trust in this situation. But if I were to look back at this paragraph, I had never thought about their coming to my home. I had thought about their coming to my home, but never imagined this. They were going to expose my family in front of my teachers and classmates. I would have no pride left. The word expose. Okay. You could have looked it up in the dictionary, which I hope that everybody had, but we can also look on our Clever and we're going to be looking at the vocabulary. So let's take a look. Okay, if I look at the word expose, to reveal crimes or faults. Okay, so it's showing us something. So they are going to reveal the crimes of her family. And just by those, I already know that this paragraph is telling me my conflict. It's telling me the problem. And that is why, okay, the teacher is there with her. He's encouraging her. He doesn't want her to feel alone. She knows that she's protected. So I'm going to keep going through paragraph 5. Okay, I'm going to draw a little line so I can organize myself a little bit more. Just like this. Thin Face came straight to the point. Your father's problems are very serious. His cold eyes nailed me to my seat. This sentence right here. Because the point of view of my story is in first person, I know the thoughts and feelings of the character. Okay, when it says his cold eyes nailed me to my seat, that doesn't mean that his eyes came out of the eye sockets and got a little hammer and started hitting her to the seat. No. Okay, I know what she's thinking and I know what she's feeling. And at that point, it's figurative language. This is how she's feeling, just scared, terrified that she can't move. Okay, and again, that's because of point of view, first person, thoughts and feelings. You may have read the article in the Workers' Revolt that exposed your family's filthy past. I slumped down in my chair without taking my eyes off of his face. In addition to coming from a landlord family, your father committed some serious mistakes during the anti-rights movement several years ago, but he still obstinately refuses to confess. It's important. That adds to our conflict. They are coming to expose her, and the father refuses to confess. His cold manner became a little more animated. Of course, we won't tolerate this. We have decided to make an example of him. We are going to have a struggle meeting of the entire theater system to criticize him and force him to confess. He suddenly pounded the table with his fist, and the cups on the table rattled. So, again, let's discuss our main idea of this paragraph. Who is talking? Who is in charge of the action right here? If I look at this very first part of my paragraph, the first two words, thin face, we notice that it's a capital letter for each one. So she doesn't know the name of the character. She doesn't know who's like the name, like who's talking, right? But she already assigned him a name. And we know this because they made it a proper noun. So we are going to refer to this character as thin face. So who? Thin face. Okay. And what did he do? He is telling her what's going to happen with her dad. We have decided to make an example of him. We are going to have a struggle meeting. They would tell her that he committed some serious mistakes. So thin face, we can say, explains her father's crimes and the consequences. And again, this can change like wording, but as long as you understand the gist of it, who is talking or who is in charge of the action or who is this paragraph about, and then what happened. Okay, that is my main idea, and we want to make it short. We don't want to make it super long because it's just to the point. I tore my eyes away from him and stared at a cup instead. As I told you before, you are your own person. If you want to make a clean break with your family, then you can be an educable child and we will welcome you to our revolutionary ranks. He, which is again Thin Face, gave Chairman Jin a look, and Chairman Jin chimed in. That's right, we welcome you. Okay, so just in this part, Okay, she has a conflict and now they're trying to give her a resolution. So we can say who, Thin Face, and Chairman Jin. And what? Okay, are offering her, we can say, a way out. And that is all we are doing whenever we do main idea. Who and what, who and what. And I don't have to do it for every single paragraph. That's not the point of it. But we know that whatever's like important to the entire story and to the entire plot, that's what we want to do. Okay, we can chunk it. So I did 3. 1, 2, 3. It'll be completely up to you how you want to, as long as you understand what's the action and what's going on. Okay. So you would do the rest of this part on your own. Now, with that being said, I do want to provide just a little technical support on here. For my students who are watching this on slides or doing this on slides, okay, all I have to do is at the very top, let me see, where am I? Right here, the text box. This is the button you will need. Okay, so I'm gonna click text box and I'm just going to create one right here. Okay, I can start typing who and I can type in the what. Now notice the font is a little bit big, so I'm gonna type in our first one, Chairman Jin and his comrades. I'm just copying this from the other page. I want to highlight it. And then I come over here and I want to make my font size smaller. So I click decrease. If I want to make it bold, I can. If I want to underline this and make it bold, I click bold. And then I click underline. And then same thing. I'm going to do a little trick. I'm going to click the paint format, double click. So that way, if I see my cursor, there's like a little black box next to it. I can highlight this. And it does the same thing. That's called the paint format button. That takes practice, guys. So if you don't figure that out on the first try, it's okay, but test it out. Okay, I'm going to put are going to have a study session with GB. Again, I'm going to highlight my font. I'm going to click decrease size over here. And I don't want it underlined, so I'm just going to click the underline button, and there we go. And I move it over here, and then that's it. So that is how we do main idea. I would prefer that you all also made it green to match our skill from our scavenger hunt, like right here. See, main idea. So if you can do that as well, that would be nice. Okay, so once again, just replay it. Text box, add it in, and then just change up the fonts. Right here, bold, change the color, underline, it's all right here on the toolbar. So that's it. I don't want to make this video too long. Have a wonderful day. Make good choices. Bye, guys.